Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Wednesday, October 14th, 2020. We are in the final hour of the trading day. Final hour is my favorite time to make the majority of my buying and selling decisions, and I mention this each day, but during the day you have the day traders and the algorithms. They are the ones that are in control of the price. At the end of the day, you have the large financial institutions come in. They're dealing with the most size, they're buying and selling the most shares, and that buying and selling power takes control. It takes the price control away from the day traders and algorithms. The large financial institutions, in my opinion, have the best information, best technology, very smart people, and again, dealing with the most money. So what they do at the end of the day, I like to follow. I consider it an edge. So thank you all for coming today. I appreciate it. I always look forward to seeing everyone. I really am grateful that we have such a great group. So thank you for coming and spending your time here with me each day. And I definitely hope it's helping out with your trading and your investing. So, wow, what a day. Well, all right. Currently, the Dow Jones is down 146 points. It's down about 0.5%. The NASDAQ is down 96 points, down 0.8% roughly, and the S&P is down 20 points, down 0.58%. So a little bit of volatility has come in today. So here is the plan for today. First of all, we're going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, we're going to come back, take a look at my current positions, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, how I'm going to manage them moving forward. After that, I am excited to show you my day trades today. I've had some massive day trades today. So this did make number 12 as far as days in a row with profitable day trades, which is nice because it helps offset some of the loss in the swing trades today. So I'll be sharing those with you. After that, we're going to take a look at the board. Take a look at your positions, talk about when you bought them and how they're doing. And I do see a little green over there, not a whole lot of green today, unfortunately. But we're going to go through those, take a look. Always some good teaching lessons here when we have down days as far as, taking profits, locking in profits, things like that. After that, we're going to talk a little bit about trader psychology. In a day like today, you probably feel your emotions bubbling up a little bit, and that is the battle between fear and greed, and do I stay in and do I not? So always a huge part of trading are the emotions, and so I do like to talk about trading psychology, good trading words of wisdom, and hopefully that little section of the podcast is helpful for you. I know it is for me. After that, I have gone down through my watch list. I've gone down through the results of Kamal's scanner. I have 3 requirements whenever I look to enter a new trade. First requirement, I look for a confluence or combination of indicators lining up, ideally on multiple time frames. After that, I have to make sure that I have a good risk to reward ratio based upon valid support below me and likely resistance above me. 2-to-1 is the ratio that's my minimum. If it's 3-to-1 or 4-to-1, that's even better, but minimum of 2-to-1 so that you're making more on your winning trades than you are losing on your losing trades. Then, if you could always take a few minutes each day, take a look at your positions. How many positions do I have? Can I manage them all? What kind of account heat do I have? Or in other words, how much of my total capital do I have at play here at any one time? And how correlated are my positions? Do I have a lot of positions that are in the same business industry? So I'm going to go through the watch list, keeping those 3 requirements in mind. And if I find something good at the end of the day, some candidates, I'll put those over to the side. And then at the end of the day, I'll go through them with a fine-tooth comb and try to find the very, very best candidate of the day. If there is one. If not, I'll just have to let it pass. After the market closes, if anybody has any questions for me, please type it in the chat. I'm happy to answer them. If there's any stock symbols that you would like me to look at before the close of the day, I'm happy to look at those as well. Just put an asterisk by it so I know it's time sensitive. And then if you have any new entries or exits today after the close, if you could wait till after the close to please tell me about them. That way I'm done trading, pressure's off, done teaching, and then we'll spend all the time we need to get those accurate. Okay, so that's the plan for today. Hang tight. I'm going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer, and I will be back in about 40 seconds. Thank you. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and/or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. All right, let's see who is here. Johan is here. Hello, Johan. Good to see you. Hope you're having a nice evening. Kamal is here. Hello, Kamal. Good to see you. Hope you're having a good day, and thanks for chatting today with me and taking a look at my day trades. I always like to share my day trades with Kamal and have him monitor them. It's kind of nice. Dan is here. Hi, Greg and Gossett Group. Hi, Dan. Good to see you, bud. Hope you're having a good day. Hey, Steve. Good to see you. Steve says, did you feed the magpies? I did. First thing this morning, I took the dog food out there and fed them. Thank you, as always, Steve, for coming. Always an honor, always a privilege to have you here. I really mean that. I know everyone else feels that way. So thank you so much. And thank you so much for everything that you do for us, all the great content that you put out on Facebook and Twitter and over at your website, newtraderu.com. Thank you so much. Frank is here. Hey, good to see you, Frank. Hello, Greg and group. Hello, Frank. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're having a good day. Jose is here. Hi, everyone. Hey, Jose. Good to see you. Hope you're having a good day. Johan says, congratulations on extending the streak. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, today was big day, actually. Actually. Dan says, speaking of magpies, what happens when you run out of food? Well, I'll go to the store and I will buy more dog food because I feed them dog food. They sure like it, I'll tell you that. All right, let's take a look here. Tracy is here. Hey, Tracy. Nice to see you, my friend. Hope you're having a good day. If Paxton's there with you, please give him my best. So, wow, what a day. Well, I mean, we're having a little bit of a comeback here, which is good. Dow's only down 86 points. NASDAQ's only down 67 points, and the S&P's down 13. So that's good. Boy, did we have some lows today. All right. Well, let's get to it. Let's start out with my first position. Actually, green today. I'm very grateful for that. This is Lockheed Martin. I did buy Lockheed Martin back here on the 12th of October at 388.26 with this nice higher low V1 crossover under 50, over 50. Bought it at 388.26. It is up 0.95% today, and I did hit one profit target at 393.02. So grateful for some green on a red day. SPY. Okay, everybody's excited. I know. I do buy the SPY every day at the close. I hold it overnight. I sell it first thing the next morning. This is based upon a long-term back-tested study from Liz Ann Saunders. She's at Bespoke Invest on Twitter. Since 1993, they tested two approaches. The first approach, buy the SPY at the open, hold it the entire day, sell it at the close. This approach, done every day since 1993, returned a negative 13.9% return. The opposite, this is the one that I use, buy the SPY at the close, hold it overnight, take the overnight risk, sell it first thing the next morning. This is positive 634.2%. So a big difference between negative 13.9 and positive 634.2. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. That is true, but if I'm going to allocate money towards something, it's going to be something that has good back-tested results. Doesn't mean it's going to work in the future, but it does have a track record of doing pretty well in the past, but doesn't mean it's going to work in the future. Blue line, buy the close, sell the next morning. Orange line, buy the morning, sell the same day close. You can see it's not even close. The blue line over time, all it has done is gone up. There are significant drawdowns with this approach. So if you're going to consider using this approach, use a small position size when you take your initial entry at the end of the day. 5% I think is a pretty good conservative amount So if you had $100,000 in your account, you would buy $5,000 worth of the SPY, sell it into the next morning for hopefully more than that. But it's very random. It goes in streaks, just like a lot of other things with trading. So I do like this approach just because it gives me diversification in the type of setups that I use. Okay, AT&T. Well, shoot. Johan and I are in this one. I did buy this yesterday. I like this setup. I would take it again. We had a double bottom with the bullish divergence. Here's a low with deep MACD bars. Here is a lower low with more shallow MACD bars. That means the momentum of this move here is starting to wane. It's not as the momentum is less in this move than it is in this move, and that indicates, you know, possibility for a reversal. I bought it here yesterday at 27.74. I did hit one profit target right at the top today, thankfully, before it had its crush back down, and that's one of the reasons I like using profit targets, everybody, to scale out, because even on a down day, if you have a bounce, you get out of a little bit at profitable levels, and it helps mitigate the loss on the way down. My stop loss on this trade was a close below 30 RSI. It looks pretty likely that that's going to happen, but you never know. But if this does close below 30 RSI, I will get out and just take the small loss. Monster. All right. Yes, Steve Burns and myself did buy Monster back here at 80.97 with the 1050 crossover. It has moved up very nicely since we bought it. It's got above the 1.5 ATR level for me, which indicates here I start trailing my stop. I did hit another profit target within a cent or two of the high today. That's why I have those in there. So I did lock in some profits up here, but now it's reversed. Now I'm going to have to watch this because the low here is 82.82. If it closes below that low, 82.82, if it closes below that low, because now I am past my trailing stop point, the orange line is the trailing stop point, 1.5 ATR symmetry. If it closes below the previous day's low, I will go ahead and sell half, lock in half of the profits. But right now it is above yesterday's low, but it's going to have to close below yesterday's low. So nice trade. Glad I hit one profit target up there. Facebook, Gary and Johan and Kamal sold the third yesterday. Good. So I bought Facebook here at 263.89 with this false breakout to the downside in a V2, 263.89, moved up nicely, took profits as always as it goes up, did not hit a profit target today. Again, we're above the 1.5 ATR line. So for me, that means if today we get a close below the previous day's low, I'm going to have to get out of half and lock in that profit. The low was 273.39. And right now we are 273.61. So we are holding above yesterday's low. If it holds above, I'll just go ahead and keep it. If it closes below yesterday's low, I will go ahead and get out. Qs. Okay, anybody else in the Qs? No, just me. Okay, so I did buy Qs here with the 520 crossover at 277.80 with the 520 crossover, moved up, took a little profit. Next day, we had a close below both the 5 and the 20. That's a bit of a danger sign. So I didn't get out of the entire trade, but I sold half of it here, trying to be proactive about it. I'm glad I kept the other half because it is rallied like a champion. And again, we are above the 1.5 ATR level here. Did not hit a profit target today. The low of yesterday was 293.11. And right now we are right there, 293.11. So I'm going to have to watch those. And if it does close below, yesterday's low, I will go ahead, lock in profits on half. So, okay, those are my regular Oh, no, I forgot one. SPY. I'm so used to just having the overnight SPY trade. Dan, Brian, and I did buy the SPY with the 1050 EMA crossover. Different trading approach than the overnight SPY. Bought it here at 333.82. It has moved up beautifully, beautifully, beautifully. And this is another one I'm going to have to watch here because we are above the 1.5 ATR channel level. The low there is 349.09. And right now we are 349.11. So again, I have a lot to watch at the end of the day as far as having to get out of half of these positions. But if we close below yesterday's low, I will get out of half of my position. That's my trading plan. Okay, so that takes care of all of those. Now, on to the day trades. I'll tell you, sometimes it's tough, sometimes it's easy. Today was just a great trade. Here's VIX. I was looking at VIX. The reason I was looking at VIX, my students will know, here we have a low with deep red MACD bars. We rallied into some green. We came back, made a lower low, no green to be found. This is called the double bottom with a bullish divergence, missing right shoulder. When you have this, you're looking for an entry. I didn't take this entry here. I waited here for this higher low V2. I bought at 21.63. I sold half at 21.71 when we went above the 50 and below the 50. Then we just had an outstanding bar up here, rejected the 50. I got out of another half at 21.88. And then I got out of the remaining when we rejected the 100-day moving average here at 22.01. So got in at 21.63, out at 21.71, out at 21.88, and out at 22.01. So that was a monster trade on VIX. And I'll tell you, VIX is hard to trade. I mean, generally, if you have a big spike up, you probably want to take a little bit of it. And because it can come crashing down pretty quick. But anyway, I'm pretty happy with how that worked out. And then it continued. It just continued way up higher than where I sold it. And I was like, oh, well, but I was happy with it, you know, and now it's come back down. All right, so there's VIX. Also had a nice trade on gold today. Here we came down, got near the 30 RSI. We just had this sidewards motion. Sidewards motion, what this shows you, everybody, is that there is buying support. It's not just continuous down, 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 right? When you have sideways motion, what you're seeing is that there's kind of an equal amount of buyers and sellers. I bought gold here with the rejection of the negative third ATR channel and the V1 at 178.44. 10 minutes later, it moved up strongly. Then we lost the 50 RSI, so I got out at 178.63. Move sideways, move sideways. Then I had a close below the previous day's low when I got out of the full position. So I got in at 178.44. I got out of half at 178.61, and I got out of half at 178.69. And then Apple. This is almost exactly the same setup as AT&T. Almost exactly. Here we have a low, deep MACD bars. We have a rally to green bars. We make a lower low, very shallow red. So this is a double bottom with a bullish divergence. But then the trigger was an under 30, over 30. Very similar to Apple. I bought here at 119.73. Oh, that's right. And I just got out here. I decided that was enough of a trade. It was a big move. Was a one entry, one exit. Got in at 119.73. Got out at 120.88. Not bad. Not too shabby at all. And if I would have kept it longer, it would have gone up higher, but then I would have gotten out here basically anyway. So just about the same area that I would have gotten out but Dr. Alexander Elder always taught me, there's a time in a trade where you've made money, where you're happy with it, and you just say enough's enough. And that was it for me, but it was over $1. So that was good. Okay. Glenn is here. Hey, Glenn. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're having a good day. Frank has a poem for us. Let me copy this down here. I went to dinner last night, Frank, with a friend of mine, and I was telling her about how impressed I was with Frank and the poems and how you can just come up with them each day. And she's like, wow, he really can do that? And I said, he surely can, and he does it every day. And I appreciate that. I know everyone else does because they're fantastic poems. So let's read what Frank has to say. Traders buy stocks they intend to sell. Oh, that's true. Traders buy stocks they intend to sell. When that happens, the market will tell. We follow the price, maybe take a slice, and that's always a good thing. Don't even think twice. Fantastic. Traders buy stocks they intend to sell. When that happens, the markets will tell. We follow the price, maybe take a slice, and that's always a good thing. Don't even think twice. Bravo, my friend. Thank you as always. Gary says, hello, Greg and Group. I'm in the queue still. Oh. Sorry about that, Gary. I'll tell you what, one of my most challenging things is trying to keep this all straight with everybody's positions, because sometimes I clear the chart and I accidentally delete it and blah, blah, blah. So thank you, Gary. David says, hi, Greg and Group. Hi, David. Good to see you. Hope you're having a good day. Steve says, the market is not so hot tamale today. No, it is not so hot tamale. That is for sure. Steve says, a VIX 1030 EMA crossover would trigger my SPY put trade, betting on the market drop very close. Is it? Let's take a look. So here's the 1030 EMA, 2648 compared to 2662. So for those of you that don't know, when the 10 crosses over the 30 on the VIX, then Steve buys weekly puts on the S&P 500 at the money puts, because the back tests show that when the 10 is above the 30, volatility comes into the market, or in other words, it's a good chance it could go down. And that's why he buys puts. Okay. Marco, hey Marco, what's going on, my friend? Good to see you. Haven't seen you for a bit. Thank you so much for coming back. I hope you're doing well. Everything going good for you? Kamal says, nice one, Frank. Thank you. Steve says, hi, Marco. Yeah, Marco. Marco used to be a mainstay every day. Miss seeing him. Great to have you back. Steve says, big gap back fill in Disney today. The earnings gap never happened. Oh, so Disney went down, I'm imagining here. Yep, you can see here was the big gap. People sold into it, closed the gap. Wow, interesting. Marco says, hi, Stephen all. Frank says, Kamal made me think about a selling poem. That's right. That's right. Yesterday. Look, we all have our pluses and minuses. Some people are good at getting out quick. Some people have issues with selling for a loss. Some people have issues with selling for a gain. We all have our challenges. We all have our strong points and our weak points. I, opposite of Kamal, am a little different. He doesn't like to sell anything with a profit. I maybe sell a little too soon. At least that's the propensity I have. And that's why the approach that I use, I just stick with it because it overcomes that. Marco says, I'm watching the show after. Oh, okay, great. Well, good to see you, Marco. Zach says, hi, Greg and the Gossets. Hey, Zach, the Gossets. Sounds like a 60s band, huh? Marco says, but today I'm live. Fantastic. Kamal says, glad the inception worked out at Frank. Okay. Let's take a look at your positions here. Johan bought NVAX at 111.17. Thankfully, he bought it intraday on that day. He's still up on the trade because it is 112.56, but it is down 4% on the day. But I imagine Johan took some profits on the way up. I'm hoping anyway. Maybe that's wishful thinking, but I'm hoping he did. But he is still up on the trade. RBA, this is Mark, Ritchie Brothers, had some monster trades on this. He bought this at 60.61, had a huge, big, beautiful move up, but it is down 3.14% today. Looks like we lost the 70 RSI. Looks like we lost the third ATR channel, 5-day moving average. So a lot of bearish things going on here, but market is still nicely up in the money. And today's bar is larger than 1 ATR to the downside, which means it took an extraordinary amount of selling to get it to do that, which is not a great sign. But congratulations, Mark is down today, but still nicely up on the trade. QLD, Yas and Steve bought QLD at 92.95. It is 101.12. Steve bought it with the 1030 EMA crossover. It is down 1.19% today, but they are up 8% on this trade. And so anyway, if there's any changes there with either of you, please let me know. AQN is Glenn. Glenn bought AQN at 15.29. It is now 15.57, so still in the money on the trade. Is down a little bit today, but not too bad considering. So nice going there. Amazon, Glenn bought Amazon, I think back here at 29.61. Steve bought Amazon at 32.8302 with the 1030 EMA cross. Had a beautiful start, little sideways yesterday. Today it is down 2.07%, but Steve is still nicely up on the trade, 2.65%. And if these notations are correct, Steve is up on the trade 12.18%. So congratulations to both of you. Google, Gary sold puts on Google November 20, $1,200, 1150 puts. It is now 1567, so he is comfortably in the money on this trade. If it closes above $1,200 by November 20th, Gary will be able to keep all the premiums. So that's looking pretty good there. LVGO, Frank bought LVGO back here at 132.50. It went up, reversed back down, a little bit of a warning sign. He decided to take off half, but he did keep the other half. And on that other half ride, this looks almost exactly like my Q trade. On the other half rides, have a nice ride. It is down a little bit today, but still nicely up on the trade. So congratulations, Frank. CRM, Brian bought CRM here at 251.12. It is now 261.83. Beautifully up on the trade, Brian, but a little bit down on the day, but still nicely up on the trade. Alibaba, Johan bought Alibaba here at 276.20 with the 520 cross. Just beautiful, easy move up. He sold half here with the rejection of the third ATR channel, which I think is a prudent move, and then kept the other half. Looks like we might close below previous day's low. It is down 2% on the day, but from entry to current price, it's up 8.35%. Intel again is Gary. Gary sold puts on Intel. He sold them November 20th, 45.40s, meaning that if the price stays above $45 by November 20th, Gary will be able to keep all the premium that he received for selling. Selling the options is down a little bit today, but hanging in there. Intel has been really strong. It has been really strong. So I'm sure Gary has at least 70+%. Here's one green one. Exxon. Gary bought Exxon $35 strikes expiring November 20th. It is up 3 cents today. It has to get above $35 plus the time in order for Gary to make money on this, but glad to see that it is up. It was up much higher earlier, but still green, so that's good. DKNG, Kamal bought DKNG yesterday at 51.20 with this little higher low V1. Unfortunately, this just dumped today. It is down 6.76%. So down on the day, down on the trade. IWB, Steve bought IWB at 191.18 with the 530 SMA cross. Had a beautiful, easy move all the way up. Although it is down a little bit today, it's down 0.42%. Not too bad considering but Steve is still up 2.24% on the trade approximately. Okay, Brian bought Walmart here at 140.69. It is currently 144.06, down 1.48% today. Looks like it lost the 70 RSI just by looking at it. So it's a bit of a warning sign. Rejected the third ATR channel, but Brian's still nicely up in the money. Coca-Cola, bought Coca-Cola at 49.63. Had a really nice move up. It has been down the last couple days, bounced right about at the entry point, but did bounce off of it. So it is down on the day, but he's still up on the trade. And Wingstop, Kamal and Johan bought Wingstop at 132 back on the 12th of October. Had a beautiful up move, but today, darn it, it's given most of it back. So it looks like it's slightly underwater on the trade and down on the day. All right. Steve says Goldman Sachs gave back their earnings gap today as well. Oh, did they give it all the way back? Oh yeah, it gapped up higher. They had decent earnings. It's only up 4 cents now. Looks like the price action and VIX near a crossover bear signals. I will be looking to lock in profits and go into cash. Okay, sounds good. Steve says my next position will likely be a SPY in the money weekly put on the VIX with the 1030 cross, but we will see. Steve says TrendSpider is going to give a copy of the Moving Averages book to people that subscribe to their platform after the free week. It will replace Bukowski's chart pattern book. Your forward will be read. Oh, fantastic. That's great. Thank you. Gary says, I'm likely to join you, Steve. Worked really well last time. Steve says, when VIX cross works, it is big, like metals. Google almost has a 1030-day SMA crossover today. And what Steve's talking about here, you can see the 1030 does backtest well on Google, right? I have 1503.02 compared to 1503.89. So you're right, not quite there yet, not quite there yet. Okay, so listen, before we start delving into the results of the scanner, before I look for the end of day trade, keeping in mind 3 requirements: confluence, combination of indicators lining up on multiple time frames. That's number 1. Number 2, a minimum of a 2-to-1 risk to reward. 3-to-1, 4-to-1 is better, but minimum 2-to-1. And then number 3, please keep in mind how many correlated positions you have, how much account heat you have, how many setups that you're using with the same approach, with the same setup. Ideally, in an ideal world, every single position I have would be uncorrelated as much as I could get them, and I would have a different setup for every single position that I had, like one deep dip buy, one overnight SPY trade, one higher low V1, V2, one crossover. It's hard to do, but we can strive towards that. But before we get to that, there's some really good Facebook and Twitter channels out there. This comes from Ranger Trader. It's at Ranger_Trader. This is Jesse, and he has a fantastic channel. He was an Army Ranger, and I'll tell you what, this guy is top notch. He's so smart, so thorough, so precise. He was a student of mine, and I was just so impressed. Tell you what, if you're ever held hostage, this is the dude that you want to come rescue you. I promise you, this is the guy. He will get the job done. Whatever he does, he gets the job done. And he's really gotten into trading, takes it really serious. He started this really great channel, Ranger_Trader on Twitter. So, he's a friend of the channel. He's a great guy. He's created the template for the Thinkorswim that I've shared with a lot of people. So I can't say enough good things about Jesse, but let's see what Jesse posted today. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, therefore, is not an act, but a habit. And that's from Aristotle. I mean, that's a short sentence, but boy, it has a lot of wisdom. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, therefore, is not an act, but a habit. Hey, give me 1 second. I think that's UPS, but I'm not sure. Hold on. Okay, sorry. Yes, that was UPS. What we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, therefore, is not an act, but a habit. So, my takeaway from that, whether it's in life or in trading, if you repeatedly do something the correct way, then it becomes a habit. And that's how you can excel. Perfect practice. You can practice all you want, but if you practice imperfectly, you're not going to be that good, right? You're going to have imperfect practice. So, the takeaway here for trading is create a process, follow the process precisely, do it over and over and over until it becomes a habit, and that's how you will excel. I know I talk about this in different ways, but it's so true. Look, if part of your habit, part of your process is putting on your Bjorn Borg headband before you trade, do it. Lucky socks, do it. I don't care, right? Just make sure you have a good process, you're following it, you repeat it until it becomes a habit, a positive habit that's done correctly, and that's how you will excel. So thank you, Ranger Trader. Thank you, Jesse, so much. Appreciate that. And please subscribe to his channel on Twitter. He's got a great channel. Okay, let me just take a quick look, see how things are going. Before I get to the other ones, or before I look for new entries, let me just take a quick glance back at my current entries. Lockheed's doing fine, green today, very happy for that. SPY, of course, I did have an overnight SPY trade that was a winner, actually. I bought at 350.13. I sold this morning at 350.73 before the move back down, so I'm grateful for that. So this one is on autopilot. I will buy this again at the end of the day. SPY on my crossover is now below the previous day's low. So if that does close below, I will sell half of the position. AT&T very likely looks like it's going to close under the 30 RSI, so I am definitely going to get out of this, but I'm very happy that I hit that one profit target today. I'm a big fan of hitting profit targets, and this is a perfect example why. So this one definitely is on the chopping block. Monster Energy. Looks like it's barely holding the previous day's low. So with that being the case, I will hold. Facebook looks like it's going to close below the previous day's low. I will get out of half. Q's also looks like it's currently, if it does close below the previous day's low, I will get out of half. And then VIX, okay, those were just my day trades. Although I may be interested in the VIX today for a swing trade. So let me put this over here. Dan says, I follow Ranger and Steve Burns, highly recommended. Thank you, Dan. Appreciate that. Kamal says, also, mediocrity, therefore, is not an act but a habit. That's 100%. If you do things in a mediocre way all the time, you're going to be mediocre, right, Kamal? That's it. That's it. It's all about creating those positive habits. It's really what it's about. Okay, let's take a look at some possibilities today. Cinemark. Well, this has been a wild one, this Cinemark, hasn't it? We have another under 30, over 30, rejection of the negative third ATR channel, and a V1. We are going lower and lower and lower, yet the RSI levels, even though we're going lower, are going up. This is called an RSI divergence. It is up 2.14% today. Lots of volume to be traded. I'm just going to stay away from this stock. This stock scares me now. Cody. Well, everybody remembers the Cody trade back down here that was just a monster. Okay, we've come into the value zone. We have a V1. We have a bullish engulfing bar, but we closed above the 1 ATR channel. We have come back into the value zone, but this would be a return to value trade. I need to see this move sideways for a while before I would take a V1. I think it's very likely that this move down here may bounce, even bounce for another day. I just don't think it's going to go much higher. I could be completely wrong. I 100% could be completely wrong, but I'm not wrong about looking, wanting to have the correct setup, just like we talked about. Practicing taking perfect setups. This is not a perfect setup. It may go up. It's a 50-50 chance, but again, I want to see this come into the value zone, have some sideways movement for a while, showing me that the buyers and sellers are equal, have a spike down and reversal, or in other words, have a V1 down here in the value zone after sideways motion. So this right here, I'm not interested in Cody today. Okay, VIX. Well, earlier VIX was looking interesting. I think we have gone under 30 RSI, I believe. No, we didn't. We bounced right about at the 30. So there's a confluence of the negative third ATR channel and the 30 RSI. Is it enough for me to buy? I liked it earlier when it formed a V1. So no, I don't think I'm going to get involved here. EVRG, Evergy. It's a V2. It's just a little too high for me, however. Just too high. It's rejected the second ATR channel. Yeah, not interested in that. UUP is the dollar. I don't see a clear signal on the dollar at all, actually. NTNX, very nice and strong, up 3.19% today, which is fantastic, but I just don't see a clear signal here. That's a pure momentum play, so I'm not interested in that. ANAB, wow, holy smokes, big day, up 14%, but not interested in that. World Fuel Services Corp was a nice higher low V1 earlier in the day, but it has now untriggered and it is only 90,000 shares traded. So that does not fit my requirements for liquidity. EEFT, Euronet, again, only has 175,000 shares traded, and that doesn't even look like it's formed the V2, so I'm taking that one out as well. FDS. It only has 54,000 shares traded, so regardless of how good that is. TALK, PK Telecommunications. Nice higher low V1 outside the 1 ATR channel, only 138,000 shares traded. KMI, Kinder Morgan. Not bad. With a higher low V2. Here's day 1, here's day 2, here's day 3. Day 2 washes out day 1, day 3 closing above day 1's close. I'm going to pass on this one just for the very fact that it already rejected the 1 ATR channel, has this resistance over here. And CCL, which is Carnival Corporation. So we're working on a double bottom with the bullish divergence. Here's the low with the deep MACD bars, but we would need to come back down over here to really test that low and have a double bottom. So I just don't see anything there whatsoever. I think the best chance of a decent trade here, a legitimate trade, would be Google with the 1030 EMA crossover. So let me quickly do some math. Oh, I don't have that on there, do I? Oh yeah, I do. Okay, it's GOOGL. So let me put this over here so I can watch it. $15.03.01 compared to $15.03.87. I don't think it's going to be able to do it today, but I will definitely keep watch of it. All right. I don't think there's any possible chance that AT&T is going to survive today, so I'm going to go ahead and sell AT&T right now because I have a lot of other things I have to watch near the end of the day. So AT&T is gone, taking a loss on AT&T with the close below the 30 RSI. Okay. AT&T is done and done. So I am out of AT&T. I think today is a lot more about getting out of losing trades than it is getting into new trades. Monster is okay. It is holding above yesterday's low, so that one's okay. Facebook. Tell you what, I am going to go ahead and sell half of my Facebook just right now. Well, no, I'll give it another minute. I'll give it another minute. I thought we were later than we were. Q's, it's going to be right on the bubble there, but so I'm just writing down here things I have to look at. Monster, I think, is it's going to be close. Sorry, sometimes we have these days where they're just really close. So Monster, Facebook, and the Qs are the ones that I have to watch. Monster is currently holding above. Facebook is currently below. Qs currently below. Also, by the way, everyone, you know, I'm sitting here talking about getting out of a position with a close below the previous day's low. There are thousands of other people out there looking to do the same thing. I promise you. So we could have some selling into the close. If it holds above, I don't think we'll have as much selling. It's hard to know. It's hard to exactly know what to do, right? But if we do get a close below the previous day's low, there will definitely be other traders out there that will go, oh, yeah, I'm out as well. Steve says, gold near a new 520 crossover. Oh, say it isn't so. It is near, though. 178.83, 179.08. So we could have it tomorrow. We could have it tomorrow, Steve, right? You know, these are some bearish bars. They are some bearish bars, especially with the close under previous day's low. It could be a kind of a bad close, or it could go up. Obviously, I'm not sure. But I do know for sure that if we close below the previous day's low, we will definitely have people selling, just like I'm selling, just like Steve's selling. David says, Steve, I believe you are in Amazon. Yes. Yep. Evan says, thoughts on DD. DuPont. Interesting. It's a nice higher low V2, Evan, but it's above the value zone. The green line here and the green line here are the value zone. So when it's above here, I consider it overvalued. It could trend for sure. I don't know. But again, I like to buy in the value zone, sell above the value zone, buy below the value zone, sell in the value zone. So this is not one I would take, but good relative strength today, that's for sure. So the Dow's down 126 points, NASDAQ's down 66, S&P's down 16. $82.82. Oh yeah, I have too many charts going on here. $82.82, and right now it's $82.96. So that would mean keeper. So far, Facebook looks like selling half. Qs looks like selling half. So it looks like Facebook and the Qs I will be selling half. And I don't think I'm entering any new trade today. I think I'm just getting rid of stuff. I am keeping Lockheed Martin LMT because it's up. I already got rid of AT&T for a loss. And then I'm going to lock in some gains on Facebook and Qs. Hey, John, good to see you, my friend. WWE just caught my eye. Thoughts? Thank you. Sure. Worldwide Wrestling, or World Wrestling Entertainment. Wow, that's a nice breakout of that range for sure. But again, just kind of like on the other one I was talking about from Evan DD, it's a nice big breakout, no doubt about it. Really nice, but it's just too high for me to buy up here. Doesn't mean it can't keep going. It very well might. I like the sideways motion and then the breakout. So good eye there, John. Consolidation, sideways motion leads to big moves up or big moves down, and that's what's happening. But unfortunately, I have my rules. I have to stick by them. It's just not in the zone that I'm looking to buy. Yesterday's higher low V1, I guess that would have been the spot right there, huh? But I think I would feel like I would be a little bit late to the party if I had to buy here. But who knows? I could go all the way up here. But the way I trade, John, I wouldn't buy this here. Frank says, I used to get a kick out of Dennis Gartman. He wouldn't buy anything that hurt when it was dropped on his foot. He wouldn't buy anything that hurt when it was dropped on his foot. Oh, right. Oh, yeah. I remember that guy. I think he was on CNBC, right? All right, 5 minutes to go. Google, just slightly underwater today, only down 8 cents. That's good. So I did get out of AT&T, so I'm going to put that one over there. All right. Monster. Ooh, that's going to be close. I'm going to go ahead, get rid of Facebook right now. Oh, come on. Oh, my gosh. Oh, here we go. Maybe. Okay. Okay, I'm getting rid of Facebook, half. And I am getting rid of the Q's, half. And I'm holding on to Monster here. To see if it holds or not. So 3 minutes. Frank says triple witching has extra meaning in October. Haha, yes it does. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I guess I'll give it one more second on Monster. About 1.5 minutes. Looks like there's some selling picking up. All right. Okay. I'm out of half of Monster as well. Okay, 1 minute to go. Yeah, selling coming in here at the end for sure. Ooh, I'm glad I got out of T when I did. 30 seconds approximately. Be interesting to see SPY here in this last minute, what happens. Look at see the volume coming in here. We'll see if some buyers come in here in the last few seconds. That's it. So there was kind of a big push to the downside at the end of the day. Okay, well, that is that. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a look and see where I got filled. I only took SPY today, so let me see where I bought that. So SPY, I got filled at 347.93 for the overnight SPY trade. And was lucky to get out with a little profit at the beginning. It doesn't always work like that, but that worked nicely today for sure. 347.93. Okay. So LMT I held, I got rid of half of, let me mark this here. I got rid of, oh, that's Monster. I got rid of half of my S&P crossover trade. I got rid of half with the close below the previous day's low. Monster, I got rid of half here with the close below the previous day's low. And man, am I glad I hit that one little profit target at the top. That's just a perfect example of why I like to do this, everyone. Because if it goes up and reverses back, you just feel really great that you took some profit at a higher level, so you had fewer shares on the way down. If it keeps going up, I never am sad that I hit a profit target and it goes higher. I'm always happy for that. So in a way, it's like a no-lose situation. Facebook, I got out of half with the close below the previous day's low. And I'm giving it a little bit more room because I scaled out on the way up, right? Which gives me fewer shares up here. So it makes it a little easier to hang in there. And that's one of the reasons I do it. And then Q's, I sold half here with the close below the previous day's low as well. Gold, I don't have gold, maybe tomorrow. And maybe Google tomorrow. And then AT&T, again, perfect example of hitting profit targets, having those set in your system. You know, didn't take a huge portion of my position off, but it took some at a profitable level before it conked on down. Okay. So listen, I'm sure there's a lot of entries and exits today. So if you could, go ahead, put them in the chat and I will get them all taken care of. Just real quick, I just want to remind everybody that I do teach private one-on-one lessons in the evening time via Skype. I have developed a course based upon my last 24 years of experience of trading, and also based upon all my one-on-one study that I've done with some really great traders like Steve Burns, Kerry Lavorne, Dr. Alexander Elder, and Larry Williams. And the course that I teach, I incorporate everything that I learned from these four gentlemen, plus what I've learned along the way myself, and I've combined it into a course. I think it's a really good course. It is a total of 15 hours, one-on-one over Skype, 5 sessions, 3 hours each. So they're pretty long lessons, but I really think in order to learn something, to really learn it, to really ingrain it, you have to do a lot of reps. And that's why my lessons are that long. I teach what I'm teaching that night. I ask you questions. I kind of have you explain it back to me. Then what we do is we go through chart after chart after chart after chart, just looking for different setups. And I'll point them out at first, and then when we're done, it's totally on you. We're going to go through day by day by day, and you're going to say, oh, hey, there's a deep dip buy. Oh, hey, there's a higher low V1, V2. There's a return to value V1, V2. Oh, here's a crossover, right? And not only are you going to explain to me what the trade is, but you're also, when you're done, going to be able to tell me exactly, okay, I'm getting in here, I got out of a little here, I got out of a little bit here. If it does this up here, I'm going to get out of half. So the whole enchilada. So it's a really good course. I promise you it is. I know you'll be a better trader when you get done taking it. And so if you are interested, please reach out to me. You can send me an email. Email's in the description of this video. You can also send me a message on Twitter. And if you do reach out, I'll reply and say, hey, let's do a Skype call. Please don't worry, the Skype call is not a sales call. I promise I will not try to sell you a thing. All I want to do is talk to you, find out about you and your trading, your goals, your challenges, and it's a good time for you to ask me questions about the course. And then when we're done, I'll say, hey, it's really nice talking to you. Think it over. If you decide in the future you want to take the course, you can just email me back. All right? The course is that good. I don't need to sell it to anybody. I promise you I don't, right? So if you're interested, reach out to me. And then if you like today's podcast, I really would appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button. Helps keep the channel alive, helps keep it growing, helps to let YouTube know that there's some positive content here. So if you did like it, but only if you liked it, if you could take a half a second, I would really appreciate that. Okay, so let's get to work here. I know we're going to have a lot of things. Okay, let me start up here. I know Steve said that he was Okay, so Steve is out of QLD. I don't know if yes is or not, but I'm going to leave that up there. 9.2%. Very nice, Steve. Beautiful. Amazon, 2.61%. Very nice. IWB, 2.24%. Very nice, Steve. Beautifully done. And Monster, 2.22%. Man, I've got too many charts, I'm telling you that. Whenever we get into crossover times of the year, that's when keeping track of the charts is, because I have all these different charts with all the different crossovers. Okay, so I got you out of everything there, Steve. Steve said, due to failure to make new highs today on charts, large bearish candles and VIX near a bear crossover. That makes sense. Steve says, Zach, I am an all-in, all-out trader nowadays. I used to pyramid years ago when volatility were sustained more cleanly and volatility was less. So yeah, Zach, Steve he's one exit in, one exit out. Brian said, bought half a position each on EA and TT. WO. Okay, so Electronic Arts. Okay, Brian M is in Electronic Arts and also in TWO, Take Two Interactive Software. Oh, interesting. Okay. Got you down, Brian. Kamal is out of DKNG. Yep. Well, good. Just didn't work out. And out of Facebook. Good thing you sold the third yesterday, Kamal, right? I mean, let's try to look at the bright side. Kamal did sell a third of his position yesterday on strength. So glad to see that. Gary is out of Monster. Out of Facebook. And out of the Qs. Oh, yeah, all right. Okay, Dan is out of SPY. Okay, Dan, so that's on the 1050. Out there. Johan is out of AT&T. All right, so that clears AT&T for everybody. Johan, did you hit a profit target on AT&T today? Just wondering. Dexcom. Wing. Come on, you're still in Wing? Probably because he didn't mention. Okay, out of Wing, out of Baba. Nice trade on Alibaba, Johan. Out of Facebook, a half. Like me. Okay. And out of Monster, one half. Frank says, the finger in the wind test feels like a VIX market. Yes, sir. Kamal says, nice trade, Steves. Absolutely. Kamal says, yeah, 1/3 sell on Facebook was good. I wish it was half. Kidding. Hey, it was 1/3 at least. You got to feel good about that, right? You got to feel good about that. Oh, Exxon went negative on the day. Shucks. Johan says, I had the same profit target as you did on T and Monster, but I did not get filled, unfortunately. Yeah, that's frustrating when you have it in at like 130 and it goes right to 130, but it doesn't go to 130.01 to take out. And that happens a lot. It happens a lot. There's a lot of times you'll get 1 penny before your profit target and you don't get filled. And other times you get right to your profit target, but you didn't get filled at your profit target. Dang it. If I'm sitting here watching it and it's at my price, but it hasn't done anything, I'll just overwrite it and take a penny less. I do that quite often. Johan says, must be preferential treatments to different sides of the pond. It might be that I put in my orders real quick too. Like early on. I don't do it in the morning. I do it the night before. I don't know. Maybe. But I'll tell you, if it gets up there to your profit target and it's struggling within 1 or 2 pennies of your profit targets, I will always, if I see that, if I'm around, I will always just turn it into a market order, right? I mean, I'm not going to sweat 1 or 2 pennies on it. Okay. Okay, did I miss out on anything for anybody? So tomorrow, as Steve pointed out, if we do have an update, the 1030 SMA on Google looks very close. Oh, unfortunately, I won't be able to buy it. It's too high. It's at the 3rd ATR channel. If I have a crossover, I can't buy if it's above the 2nd ATR channel. I didn't realize that when I first looked at it. So never mind. I won't be buying that tomorrow. All right, so again, quick run through. LMT, I'm glad that it was up today. That's all I can say. I am keeping that. SPY, I had the overnight SPY trade, and I also have the 1050 EMA crossover trade on SPY, which I'm up nicely, but I took half profits today with the close below the previous day's low. Monster, I also took profits with the close below the half profits with the close below the previous day's low. Facebook locked in half profits with the close below the previous day's low. And Qs, oh yeah, one profit target here on the Qs in the morning at 295.42, and then I sold half of what I had remaining after that profit target with the close below the previous day's low. So I still have positions in all those, but greatly reduced by half. Brian says, can anyone explain what is going on with Fastly? What's the symbol, Brian, for Fastly? Is it FAS? It seems, oh, or FAST maybe? That's fast and all. Shoot. I don't know. Maybe somebody could tell me. FSLY. 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 Well, a lot of things happened there. V2 to the downside, lost the 70 RSI, also lost the third ATR channel. So a lot of bearish signals all the way around here, all the way around. Yep, yep. I just looked at that, Brian. Oh yeah, it's right here. So what's happening after hours? Apple is down. SPY is up 6 cents, so that's positive. What's VIX doing? Down. Oh, after hours dropped off a cliff. Oh, man, alive. Holy smokes. Can you imagine? I mean, well, I won't even say it. Wow. It's at $89 now. It's down here. Oy vey. It's back here into the support here. Wow. Unreal. Unreal. All right, so I have got, what did I do wrong there? Take two is, that's Brian, right? How did I already mess that up? I think I must have accidentally done it on another chart. Yeah, shoot, I did it on another chart. Okay, so that's a half position for Brian. And then I'm probably going to have the same issue on EA. Yeah, darn it. Too many charts, too many different templates and everything. All right. So TTWO, Brian took a half today. EA, Brian took a half today. Intel, have Gary with his puts. NVAX, I still have Johan in there. RBA, I still have Mark. QLD, looks like I still have Yas. AQN, have Mark. Amazon, I think Glenn's still in Amazon from way down here, so that's been really good trading. I know Steve got out of Amazon here with the close below. Google, Gary with the selling of the puts. LVGO, Frank. CRM, Brian. Exxon, Gary with the calls. Wing, still have Kamal with Wing. KO, looks like I still have Yas. Walmart, looks like I have Brian. Does that all sound correct, everybody? Well, it's cooled off here in Utah. I have to put extra layers on today when I go out hiking. So I'm going to go out, go for a hike, do my shoulder exercises later. I'm working on some reference material for my students. I'm doing a PowerPoint. Man, did I forget how bad I am at PowerPoint and how long it's been since I've done PowerPoint. But I'm going to have to work on that tonight. As much as I don't want to, but I'm gonna have to. So listen, have a good rest of your day. Thanks for coming today. Sorry that we had a tough day today, but that's part of trading, right? So please go out, try to do something nice for somebody. Just a nice gesture, say hi, be friendly. It really might make their day. And if we all did this every day, it really could make a big difference in the world. And if you could also go out and do something nice for an animal today, just give them a pet, take them on a walk, give them a little treat, show them a little love, show them a little affection. They will definitely appreciate that. I promise you. So, all right. Well, that's it. Thanks a lot, everybody. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Be safe, be good, and hopefully see you tomorrow during the last hour of the trading day. Bye-bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.